This is part 2 of the Coach series, where I'm getting professional coaching to become a solid top 50% finisher. If you haven't seen the first episode, check it out first. Since the last video, I've joined Coach Johan's online trail fit course. He's given us some strength training programs that I've started doing, but mostly he has taught us about body positioning on the bike.
Med hakan över styrlaget på cykeln. För att få en lägre tyngdpunkt så behöver vi fälla i höften. Det ser ut så här till skillnad mot så här.
In my first tries working on my body position, I could feel two things. One, the bike moves so much better beneath you when you are going over stuff. And two, when going through rough stuff, the bike just flows better through it, so you get out of it with better speed. I think I can get a fairly good body position when practicing, but keeping it out on the trail when it's going fast and you're scared is really something else. So, working on body position is probably something I'm gonna have to do for a long time. In the first episode, I had my first talk with Coach Johan. He started challenging me on what I'm actually good and bad at when it comes to riding mountain bikes. It was a tough session, as I hardly had any answers for him. He left me with 2 assignments though. 1, send a video of me riding uphill, and 2, define my goals with the coaching. Now let's have a look at what happened on the second session.
I would say your speed and momentum on the easier part, there you had good technique or you had kind of solid ride. But when we went to the a little bit more trickier sections, sometimes you hesitated, sometimes you didn't get the momentum, and then there you lost the speed. And when you tried to put down some power, found yourself a little bit too more over the bars.
And I mentioned that my back is quite curved. How much of a problem is that?
If you look at my body position, straight back,
Yep.
the angle in my hip, this riding position creates more solid foundation to push from. I can generate power with my hip, which is the strongest part of my body, and I can generate force with my arms to meet the force in my hips.
Mm-hmm.
So when you push with the round back, your power disappears up in your back and just down into the ground. We're coming to the gold question.
I've been quite apparent about it on my YouTube channel that I want to be in the top 50% of the races I do.
Yeah.
Because to me that means that I'm a decent enduro racer.
Where have your goals taken you so far?
It's not always been a happy place. Yeah, and I guess this whole YouTube thing isn't helping. I mean, putting yourself out there, talking about your goals and not reaching them, and yeah, it does become a bit embarrassing, I guess. Yeah.
Isn't this a proof of the system that we are born into, with results and goals and progress, and you have to get better, and you...
Yeah, I guess it is. And maybe the problem is that I'm very much a part of that.
Yeah.
I am very goal driven, and
what you're telling me right now is that your goals have taken you to a darker place.
The second half of 2020, I kind of realized that I wasn't getting better. So I started rethinking my goals as maybe focusing more on the process of becoming better, and then which hopefully would lead to me actually becoming, being fast in races.
But that's one of the problems with the result-oriented goals, that we can't control our competition. Your competition is going to do their work, and you can only just do your work, and you can just focus on yourself and your progress.
Yeah, so I need to ditch my racing goals. Is that what you're saying?
We got to put the goals in the trash bin.
All right. I did just erase them from my document.
They're gone.
I guess there might be another thing erasing them from my head.
Yeah, sure. The best thing we can do is just, okay, I know I have those feelings or thoughts about goal, and maybe it's important or not, but we're going to try to focus on different things, like your riding and your presence and your core foundation as a rider, because that's what's creating your speed in the end. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's doable.
So I'm thinking that the goal then would be to, just as I did at the end of 2020, to deliver on my training plans.
Yep. You started the TrailFit strength training program. And like you said, last year you did 2 days of strength training, or?
Yeah, last year I did 2 days of strength training, 2 days of mobility.
We stick to the strength training 2 days and we skip mobility days. We can just, it doesn't matter. Yoga or something, stretching, it's going to make you faster on your bike.
But as I talked about in our last session, I find it really hard to notice when I improve. So my question becomes, what's my feedback loop?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail there, because you heard me talking about something that I got a hunch for, because you have to have something in your training ticking off list that is bringing you information about your doing.
Yeah.
You want to get speed.
Yeah.
Is this bringing me in the right direction, or should I adjust something?
Yeah, exactly. That feedback loop I find kind of hard to find.
It's a large question, and I think it's a question we are going to get an answer to when we start working for real. I think you're going to feel, because I think you want to feel different things. When you feel different things, you can either keep them because you feel it's good, or you can just, I need something else. If you think I'm looking tired, it may be that this actually was a 3-hour-long conversation.
So what happens now? I do the training program for like a month and then we talk again, or?
This is just February. I think 4 weeks with strength training, and we are going to get you out on the bike and start playing around with your position and balance and things like that. It's going to be really awesome to getting the opportunity to follow along on this
epic journey.
Epic journey. Yeah.
So the first 2 episodes of Coached has been a lot of almost existential talking. And you're probably beginning to get the feeling that TrailFit U1 isn't your typical mountain bike coach, which is what I love. In the next episode, there will be less talking. We'll take a look at how U1 made me understand that I didn't know how to pedal. And we'll meet for some IRL coaching for the first time. And if you're getting interested in having U1 as a coach, check out the link to his site in the description.